welcome back to tonight's Sad Reality. Tonight's story, well, when Mercy meets Rage. Why? Because, well, sometimes people screw up in life, and, well, I've been there quite a few times. What's this game about? Well, people who live the same life over and over, and don't know what it's like to die a little bit. So, welcome to Death's Door. Now, today's story I find a little bit interesting, because, well, a few reasons. Oh yes, the metal detector. So it's been forever since I've played this game. I love this game. This game is phenomenal. I would highly recommend it if you want an RPG just to chill out with on like a rainy day or something. The color scheme, the art, all that. I think this game won an award, I can't remember. But it's very great just for like the story, and the ending I remember being kind of like a little shocking, a little existential almost. Sometimes it feels that way with people in real life. Oh, so this is my cursor. Now I remember. It's been forever. Oh my gosh. So, what I want to go about today's conversation. Haven't really thought it through too much. But, I guess everyone kind of has this capacity for mercy and wrath. Being annoyed or pissed off with people. But also, like, seeing the better side of things. Not so you can have all the birds follow you around and stuff. During this game would actually be sick now that I think about it. But sometimes it's really easy to make sort of like preconceived notions about people. Have preconceived notions, or sort of this expectation of people that life's not going to always be so perfect. And then, well, actually, he's totally wrong, and they were actually way better of a person than you thought they were. Or they kind of restore what little faith you have in humanity left. Dodge that. I love Devolver's, like, dodge system and stuff. I always thought this was a perfect game design. Also, for a tutorial fight, this seems sick. I gotta knock these down, I think. Welcome to that part of the video where I just talked about trying to focus on the gameplay, and then kind of lose track of that. Yeah, it sucks sometimes when we think that about people, and then you're like, oh, actually, they were actually kind of more of a compassionate person than I thought, because, well, quite frankly, I expected them to continue making bad decisions, but no, they actually have some capacity for mercy, in the exact same capacity that perhaps I had for being pissed off with them. Which probably isn't fair to them. Sometimes the people who hurt you the most are the ones you show the most mercy to as well, and I'm like, it sucks, you know, people that you bring around your life and you really want to kind of show them the cooler parts of things, and then, well, people get hurt after that, and why? No reason other than I think just sort of inherent human nature, just we don't really know how to live our lives correctly, and oftentimes see that in other people. Actually had a conversation at the dinner table tonight, which was basically, we learn from our own mistakes sometimes, but not the mistakes that we bring unto others. Kind of a harsh reality to accept, but it's kind of easy to get lost in the day-to-day whatever we're doing and forget, well, the impact it has on other people. Kind of some of the things this game echoes, I guess. I have no idea where I'm going in this. Yeah, the souls. Not soul energy. It's easy to be kind to strangers sometimes, purely because... Oh yeah, I need to go back to the place. Sounds kind of ominous. Maybe if I could remember literally any game I played. The characters or the things that happened therein. Although you probably saw when I loaded in, but I have a 100% save file of this game. That's because, again, I really liked it. But not every memory sticks around. And I guess that's also applicable to people as well, as sad as that is. not die today. Let's not die today. Let's not die. I'm going to go over there and go back through the door, and then perhaps maybe not die. That sounds like a fantastic idea. It's really easy to be kind to strangers, and it's kind of hard to be kind to those that know you better because you have a higher level of, I guess, expectation or understanding of what they're supposed to do, and that kind of sucks sometimes, I guess. Maybe when you have a boss, like a really good boss that you respect, maybe you always look up to them. But sometimes it's just really hard to humble yourself. Let's see, precision, range attacks faster. Oh, these are all 400 anyways, I don't know why I'm looking at these. Hey, free heal, look at that, we'll take it. Not all rage is super loud either, and sometimes it's, in the most literal sense, just being pissed at someone for something, not really talking about it for a while, and then kind of bringing it up being like, hey, did we consider this? Do we think about this maybe? And I guess kind of regardless of the answer, so I'm still pissed off too. And I don't know if there's really any reconciling that, kind of the way it is. I didn't need to point out that's just a health regeneration thing, so I just wasted the one sheet I already picked up. This game, health is very temporary. The key, yay. One of the things too, where it's often a bad decision to sort of hide from those conversations. There's very much a time and a place, but rushing it is just like, oh man, maybe sometimes it's better to wait. But for me, it's always been a matter of like, hey, people that don't take action when they clearly should, that's something that's always bothered me to no end. It's when people have the ability to do something and they don't. It feels like in today's world, people think they have less control over things than they do, but kind of the reality is, well, there's actually a lot we can do. Just choose not to. For one reason or another. Sometimes it's because it's easier, sometimes because it feels better, maybe. I don't know. The easy way, the quick way out. But I've always said why take the quick way when there's a better way, or at least a right way to go about stuff. I kill the shells on these, but it doesn't matter so much as long as you kill the guy underneath the shell. Kinda like people as well. Let's not die. I go back to my seed now. Is it that far away? It's not that far away. That's a little far away. Maybe wishes I had healing magic or something. Consume the plant. You can feel mad with people and still choose peace some days. And some days it also kind of creeps up on you and you're like, man, this has been a problem for a while, we haven't fixed it, we talked about it, but still haven't fixed it, like what's going on? And kind of the choice there is you gotta pick your friends with that, you know? I mean, not everyone can be your friend. It's nice to think that maybe a lot of people can accompany you through life, but not everyone will be there for all the important moments, which I think that really is something that we have to consider. Oh, Gravekeeper. Gravedigger. Can't kill him quite yet. Oh, it's Middle Mouse. I always forget that's a thing. I'm still probably just gonna spam left click and right click when I can. Move that to my way. I am fake speedrunning. Forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean forgetting either. Sometimes it just means like letting things slide. But even then, if your expectation for people is that we'll figure stuff out, then maybe we ought to at some point. That's the other thing that sucks too, because not everyone wants to stick around to figure stuff out. Honestly, that's probably the worst part too, is when people don't quite care about the things you care about. It's kind of easy being a youngin' and thinking, well, I know what's best, I know every little thing that's important, whatever, and then you grow up a little bit and you're like, well, maybe I should pick my battles a little bit more. But in doing that, are you losing yourself any, or is that just the way it's going, sort of? I don't really have a good answer for that either. I wish I did. But, yeah, it feels like some days we do lose ourselves a little bit by choosing not to pick battles. I mean, if every day we could choose to either be slightly disrespectful or say the truth, most people, I would say, would honestly probably... Well, actually that's a lie. I think most people would choose not to say anything at all because it's the easy way out, but second to that, I think people would say usually what's on their mind, especially if they're in a extremely pissed off state of mind. But hopefully that's not the case either. Also, I think there's something behind this. Yep, camera pivot. I'm not gonna go down there though, because I don't really feel like it. I know there's like health collectibles and stuff in this game, I'm just kind of running through it. Same old, same old. Learn a game, play the games I play, because maybe you'll enjoy it more than I have, because earlier I forgot about the things that I enjoy. And here complaining on the internet. Welcome to Nice Sad Reality, I suppose. With 0 subscribers after having 20 videos, 15 videos, whatever. There's not enough energy on this channel anyways, so it's probably a good thing that I do get pissed off or find things to talk about because, well, A, that means I'm getting better at this skill, and B, it means that it's actually worth watching, I suppose. I mean, if you don't have energy, you don't have this drive to make things happen, then it won't ever really happen. You won't ever actually get better at it. It'll just exist the way it has always existed. And again, one of those other things that kind of pisses me off, it's, well, that, more than anything sometimes, is people just give up, sit down, back down, and that's it. I've noticed even too, I haven't watched any of these videos back, I've tried my absolute best not to. I'll check it, like I'll peek at it just to make sure the audio's not garbage and make sure the recording quality's like, at least viewable, not a black screen. But, I love when these guys just float over the abyss, they're not hittable. It's my favorite. A little bit here. But even then, not having looked back at those videos, you can feel in your heart when you're like, I didn't quite put everything I had into this. Especially as a performer or someone who has performed in the past. But, I played trumpet for a little bit. And, great instrument, loved it, didn't necessarily love the people who played it. I actually met one today, funny, at my work. He, hadn't seen him in forever. He, looked a little different. Do I say the slightly inappropriate thing, or do I say, like, he gained a little bit of weight since I last seen him, and I was like, oh, that's you, I forgot that's you. He kind of looked a little different, I just didn't really say anything. I think actually what I said originally was, oh, do you still play trumpet? And, he was like, hey, it's you. We were like, high school together or something, I guess, I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna die, please don't let me die. Focus up, stop yapping for 2 seconds. Oh my gosh, can I feel mid-fight? I can, okay. Based and seed build, I guess. I could have also picked up the umbrella and done the whole umbrella thing. I considered that for this video, but I feel like it would have been way too slow paced for this. Because what's the video title? I think it's like When Mercy Meets Wrath or Anger or something. When Rage Meets Mercy. I always have these things written down and then I forget. Sometimes they even change them. Like the other day, I think that was one of the titles was Forgotten Tales, and I just turned it into Forgetfulness. Why? Because I felt like I really had no idea what I was talking about, and then the video just seemed like Forgetfulness. Kind of felt like one of our presidents trying to ramble about something important, and it wasn't really important or coherent. Mini boss. Yay. Sometimes, too, in forgiving people, it's not necessarily just about them or that one situation, but it's kind of an internal acceptance of how life will persist, hopefully for better. I'm gonna die here, aren't I? It's gonna be something really dumb. Since I didn't farm or do any of the extras, and freaking went hit right off the bat. Oh, this is the funny attack from a distance here. Some of these things in this game are just like genuinely terrifying. Like, can you imagine seeing this little kid just being like, oh yeah, the castle monster thing? That was spooky. Stop on that, please. I don't want to die, it's gonna slow the pacing. Come this way, that way you're on the top of my screen, so I'm more comfortable looking at the projectiles with the camera angling. I don't know if he's like ending that attack early because I shoot him in the middle of it or what it is. I'm thinking it's like some... Okay, I shouldn't have gotten through there. Some like fake stun lock thing. Okay, at least that's iconic. If that's... Please, YouTube, use that as the thumbnail. I love auto-generated thumbnails. That would be actually really funny in my own little headcanon here. I have no idea how to get back there. I just know it's up and to the right. Bigger 2, and then... I don't want to go all the way back around. That would suck. But sometimes, too, forgiving people or being merciful in the time, it kind of backfires, too, because then you're just like, well, am I just delaying that conversation that really, really, really needs to happen then? And some days it really feels like that, too. It's just a matter of like, well, it's gonna happen eventually, so is it... It's like when you walk up to someone and you're like, an hour later, and they're like, what do you mean an hour later? And I'm like, well, I have to talk, you know? It's like when you're growing up and your parents are like, look, you have a friend that's like really close, and it's like, well, an hour later, and you're like, the birds and the who's, the Minecraft achievement, yeah, that. It's just conversations people don't like having, and it's probably not necessarily for bad reasons. I feel like it's just, it's gotta happen eventually, those conversations, I suppose. Otherwise, how would you know to pick up your baby from a seagull when they drop it off from the... I don't know what I'm talking about. It's a reference to something somewhere, I'm sure. I've forgotten it by now. Here we go, now we're back to whatever place this is. The funny castle thing. So I'm getting a little bit of frame drops here at like 50 frames or something. Hopefully the video is not like killing itself, but... Yes, I thought on YouTube. Like, if they were smart, they would just, every time someone says, can I say that on YouTube, they would just be like, oh, we should probably check this video, because I know they already have bots checking stuff. How am I being so aggressive this time and it's actually just paying off? Like, I don't know. Flag switching, that's what it is. There we go, then I'm a little too greedy again. It's bound to happen. And then I get pushed back for realties. It's like phase 2 where he's firing missiles constantly or something, I guess. Castle Man. Castle Boy. Have you ever played Bowser's Inside Story? It reminds me of the part where the castles just like start punching each other. That was actually like peak gameplay. To like hold your DS sideways and people are like, bro, what are you doing? Playing my game, you know? Good memories. Wish I had as many good people in my life as I had memories playing games. Go back to playing like the days, gosh. DS, Pokemans, Tepig and Black and White or whatever, Black and White 2. I got in both those games. There was like the trade thing both the internet, like the online one, and the thing you could just pop in every day and like buy and sell, I farmed the absolute mess out of that. Thought it was really fun for some reason, I suppose. I hope it was. I hope it was actually that good. I've considered replaying those, but I don't actually have, like... I'm probably not gonna... I don't know if I'm gonna emulate on this channel, if I'm gonna do any of that. I've considered it, though. This guy. Oh, hello. The Immortals. And the final door. Rage isn't always evil, either. And I feel like it's not selfish in this game's case for people to want to live forever, because I feel like people would not want to die. It's fine to be afraid, the same way it's fine to be mad at people for doing things that are probably wrong. But it's very much a signal that something mattered in our lives. And when I think of good memories too, I'm like, man, that's... I don't know, Inside Out did something right, but it's like this idea of core memories, right? It's like, man, this really mattered to me for one reason or another, you know? And I hope it was worthwhile, I suppose, those memories. Times we spent doing the things best of our ability that we could. That said, though, anger can drive you, and hope it doesn't drive you mad, but there are times too where I'm like, man, I'm so pissed off, I'm gonna take the world's fastest shower, and I'm gonna do this fast, and I'm gonna do this fast, I'm gonna make a sandwich fast, and I'm going to fast, like, fast food, and like, not eat food fast. I don't know, but maybe don't do bad things, but for consideration, that doesn't mean you can't be fueled by bad things and turn it into something good. I feel like that's very viable, like rage builds in games, like that's how barbarians work in like Dungeons and Dragons or something. Look at that puzzle, 2 levers, crazy. Yeah, it'd be a good thing if you control it, but if it's unchecked, it can be a little toasty, you know, a little warm, a little miserable. That said, mercy without boundaries kind of invites harm too, so it's like, wow, there's maybe a balance to this, but like not a balance either. I don't really know. I don't have a great answer to that either. I think it's the method to which we go about it. I know timing's important, but at the end of the day, I've always said, be honest, even if that means you're getting hurt in the process, as long as you're doing no harm to others, that's true. So, I mean, stuff will happen, and there will be a reconciliation for it in the end, to some degree, but do the best you can with that, and I'll just keep moving forward. This is the first video I felt good about in a while, and I'm glad I'm able to keep talking here, and that hopefully this is a meaningful one. I will say too, with all that, kind of along those lines, hothead. I have some friends who are kind of like that, you know. Little druggy here and there. I would never do that though, personally, just because I'm like, I understand people not having control, and then also my own impulses, this, that, and maybe perhaps other people are the same way, that's why they get into that stuff. I'm 21, I haven't had my first drink yet. I probably won't for a solid minute. Is that bad? I don't think so. I'm just a bit of a loser, and I'm fine with that. How do can I get these for... Okay, let's go. Yeah, I was like, there's gotta be enemies or something, because otherwise I'm gonna like run out of 20 mana, whatever this game's called. That's what we call spells. 20 mana. Power in restraint and wisdom and knowing when to show it. That's kind of what I was trying to say. Those things I had written down here. Hey, look at that, a door that spawns right in my way. I just this game needed like a shield you can parry and all that. It's like Enter the Gungeon, Dark Souls. I like Enter the Gungeon so much. I think one of the reasons I like this game might be byproduct of that. I mean, they're both made by Devolver, so... Probably, if I had to take an educated guess, one of the reasons for that... Did I even kill all these guys? Maybe I just kind of, like, keep moving forward here. Or steal their souls and then move forward. And it's true, some days Mercy does feel like surrender, but other days being mad feels like survival. I would know that, having worked in retail and being like, wow, this sucks sometimes. It doesn't always have to suck. We can figure it out, and hopefully that's what that means, I guess. Not to always be mad, but to always learn something from it. Be like, hey, I am mad for no reason, I'm taking this out on people I shouldn't be, and let's figure that out. Other days it's probably warranted, and then we still live to regret it anyways. It's not really a question of which one you feel or which path you end up taking that day. It's kind of which one you let win, and each war is not one battle, it's many, so it's not who you are today, but it's who you end up being. I think that matters, this idea of a legacy and what comes of that. Look at that seed. With all that said, I think that's kind of all I have for today, so if this was inspirational, maybe incredibly depressing, or slightly informational, maybe a perspective of someone who's gone through a good amount in life. Maybe I talk about one day, just random thought here, there's a day I got stabbed by a key repeatedly. So maybe I talk about that one day, or just other things. Like, it's interesting, maybe there's something to learn from it, or how I responded to it, or just that. But there's been a lot I've seen in life, and I think that means that I have a lot to share, maybe a lot for other people to learn from too. So I hope it was worth something. All that said, I'm gonna get blasted here one last time, probably by one of these guys. And I'm gonna say, have a good rest of your night. It's been tonight's Sad Reality.